boot. I was among the people they put inside the boot. We be like desert warrior, and we warrior and we warrior and we come warrior and enter Italy.
You stole my heart, what is it that you do?
Hey gorgeous fam, welcome back again to my channel. It's a girl here from Brazil, and you're highly welcome to my channel. If this is your first time stopping by on this channel, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Please subscribe to this channel and be part of this family. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate your support. So guys, in this video I'm going to be sharing with you the last part of this my journey from Nigeria to Libya. Yeah, I promised it was not going to stay this long, but I'm so sorry guys, it's actually stayed long. A lot happened after I got to Libya the second time. They took me to the camp that was in desert. Getting to that camp, we spent like 2 weeks in the camp. So they said that they will push us very soon. They will push us very soon. That is very soon. My fish miskiller. Very soon. My fish miskiller. Italy toa. If they transfer us to another camp, which was, that place was not desert anymore. That night they said they were going to push everybody, and I was the only girl left in camp with some other guys. They left us in camp. There was no food for us to eat. There was nothing. There was a point where people was drinking well water, and their water over there is so salty. Like if you drink the well water, it's going to burn your throat. You can't swallow anything. You have sore throat because of that water, because it's so salty. I can't even imagine myself drinking that water now. So I drank it then though, but because there was no choice, I drank it because I don't have any choice, because you need to do what you need to do. We drink that water, and we're even using groundnut oil to rub, because if we bathe, our body will be so white. There was no cream, there was nothing. Like, are you even talking about your skin? It's where the lecturer took us to. It was like a house. It was like a house, an abandoned house, and there was well in the house. So from that well, we were fetching water to bathe, to wash our clothes once in a while. If you wash your clothes, you need to stay till that clothes get dry, then you wear it again. Or you can even wash your clothes and wear it instantly for it to dry in your body. You don't have choice. We are drinking well water. We were using groundnut oil to rub. Again, they took us to another place. Like, where the later took us to, there was a lot of people there. We were making noise. Some people were making noise. I remember some guys, when they sneak out to go and get food, because they were not giving us food. They were not giving us enough food. Some guys sneaked out to go and get food. The Arab men, I saw them outside. When they get to camp, they were using block to beat those people that they saw outside, because they said nobody should go outside. But our Nigerian people, although it's not their fault, because the hunger was much, so they needed to go and buy something for them to eat. Those block for building house, they were using it to hit them. Those guys were not bleeding. All thanks to God, they didn't even kill them, because normally they can kill them. Nobody will talk to them. Nobody will ask them why. Even somebody they are using block to hit now, the person can die. So they don't even care. They don't even care if the person died or not. In this camp now, we're a lot. Even the food they were bringing for us was not even enough for us. Sometimes they will bring food. Sometimes there will be time they will not bring food. Nothing. If you tell them, they will say they are coming. It later comes to their mind, they will not bring food. Sometimes they will not even bring food. I remember it's in that camp that I also stay throughout the whole day without eating. Although it was not new to me before. It was not new to me again, because I've actually stayed 3 days, 3 good days, or let me say 2 days, 2 days and a half, because the third day when the later took us to Tunisia, I ate when I got to Tunisia. So let me say 2 days, 2 days and a half. I actually stayed 2 days and a half in the sea without eating. So the thing was not new to me anymore in the camp. I suffered in this camp, because there was some guys who went to Tunisia together, some guys that came from Tunisia as well, that knew me in Tunisia. Once the people in our boats now told them she'd not cry when we were inside sea, she'd not cry when we were inside sea. All of them was now calling me winch. They said I'm Asian winch for not crying inside the boat. How can somebody be in such dangerous situation without crying? That I'm a winch, I be Asian winch. When some of the guys now they came back to Libya, we didn't came together, but they came on their own. They knew me from Tunisia, so they were not telling those people they met in camp that this guy is a winch, which is me, that I'm Asian winch. I didn't cry when I was inside boat. How can somebody have such mind, be in such situation without crying? So all of them were using winch eye to look at me. But all thanks to God, I made it to my destination. I'm not the winch they say I am. Later on, they later find the real winch. The real winch later confessed. She later confessed. That was after I left. this camp they took us to, we were so many in this camp, like really really many. How we're about 200 passengers, but a lot of different connection. We are many different countries, Senegal, Gambia, name it. We are so many in that camp. If you tell them to stop making noise, they will not listen to you. They will make noise, shout, scream. All those bad people now knew that there are people there, so they came one night to bust our camp. Like, they bust our camp. I don't know if they planned it, but the noise was actually too much that was coming out from our camp. The noise was much because we were much in the camp. They came to the camp one night. They were banging at our door. They bang and bang, nobody opened, so they bust the door by themselves. They were shooting. Like, they don't care if the bullets meet anybody. They don't care. We're just inside the room. I didn't run because I don't want. It's better that I'm alive. That's maybe I'm not only one bullet went to go and hit me where it's not supposed to. So me and some other guests, we were hiding inside one room. So after the Arab men stopped shooting, they were opening all the doors to check if there are people inside. Some people actually run, some people jump fence, some people climb up and jump. Some people was hiding inside where, like inside that where they were shooting gun inside the where. And people were hiding inside the well. They knew people was hiding inside the well. So they went to the well and go and be shooting gun inside the well. As the Arab men, they opened the door and they saw women inside the room. So they now selected some girls out of us. I don't really know what they did to them, but in the position to be asking the girls what they did to them. They selected the fair girls out of us and they took them to wherever they took them to. I don't know where they took them to. We that are remaining, they put us inside the cab and they took us to police station. Getting to police station, I was surprised what happened there, guys. You will not believe what happened there. The driver that took us to police station and the policeman were quarreling. Like, guys, I was surprised what happened there. The policeman and the driver was quarreling. The policeman refused to arrest us. Like, the policeman told them to take us out of the police station. Like, where they were taking us to is that prison. I made mention of it in my video before. Because if they catch any black that they know that is going to Europe, that Zanzun that is prison. That is where they normally take them to. But getting to the police station, the driver and the police was quarreling. Like, serious quarrel. That was how the driver took us out of the station. When he was taking us back, he was now asking us which of us have money, and so that we can give him, he will let us go. Some guys said they have money, they will give him. That was how the man took us back to that place. Like, guys, when I say grace follow me throughout this journey, you guys will not understand, but I'm the only one who will understand what I went through and where God saved me from. Took us back to where he carried us from. The guy now that said he will settle him, the guy ran away. So from there, everybody was finding their way. Everybody was finding their way. So me too, I ran away. After we ran away, we looked for somewhere to hide. When we hide there, then later on, the Arab men that actually kept us in the ghetto were coming one after the other to pick us to another place. They will put some people inside booths, put some people inside car, so that they can just so that they can be fast, because they were in a haze then. I was among the people they put inside the boots. Guys, I almost died inside that boot. Like, I've had it up to here. I was not able to breathe anymore. Like, we were three that they put inside the boots. It's not even as if they put only one person inside boots. We are about three they put inside the boots. Like, I was not able to breathe anymore. I was banging the boots. I don't even care, because all I was expecting, they should come and use gun to just shoot me. Let me know that I just go with gun without suffering. They put me inside boots. Like, I was not able to shake. I was not able to move. I had it up to here. I was banging the boots. But the Arab men, they didn't stop. I even wanted them to come, but thank God they didn't do that. As I was banging, they were shouting, stop it, like, stop it in their own Arab way. They were shouting, like, stop it in their own Arab way. So later on, they now drove us out of the camp. They said our connection man did not pay, so we were now in the streets. Not only me and some other guests, even some guys, they drove us out of the camp. They said that our connection men did not pay. After all the suffer, we were now in the streets. Me with some other guests, we now look for a place where we can stay. We are now asking people on the street like if they knew any house where black people are living. So they directed us to one house. Getting to that house, thank God it was Nigeria people. We knock on their door, we explained to them. They were asking us who are we explained to them, see what happened. They should please open the door for us to come in. So they opened the door for us. We went in and we narrated everything that happened to them. So they asked us to wait till the person that owns the place come back. We waited. I paid him, so he pushed me. And this second boat we entered was not overload or whatsoever. It was not overload like the first one we entered. These people normally see rescue to rescue them like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, sometimes 2 o'clock, sometimes 4 o'clock. If you see a helicopter as you are going, if you see a helicopter up, they will give you torch. Like you'll be happy that you are still rescue. We saw a helicopter, like we are still driving 1 hour after. We are even thinking, since we have seen a helicopter, their ship will soon come and pick us. No, they didn't come to come and pick us. We are still driving. The boats were still driving. We still drove about 1 hour or 2 hours before we later saw rescue. Thanks to God, we later saw many sheep was surrounding us. We saw many sheep was surrounding us, and people are saying this one is France rescue, this one is Yemmie rescue, this one is nelo rescue. We saw a white sheep coming to meet us. The sheep was white coming to meet us. Like people were saying, don't allow those sheep to come near us. So they are nelo, they are Yemmie, they are France, they will arrest us. They don't even know, but they will be saying when the sheep now come closer to us, and I saw Italy flag. Oh my goodness. And I saw Italy flag, guys. You don't know. My mind, oh God. This heavy joy came to my mind. If there are children in the boat, they will rescue the children first. Then after children, they will rescue the women, then before men. The men are the last they rescue. When they now later rescue us and put inside their boat, that was how tears was rolling down my eye. Like it was tears of joy after all I've been through. Like, guys, this story I just say, if you guys will understand, but I give thanks to God. The people we entered together, some that I told my story were saying, promise, it's okay, like don't cry. You need to be happy. Some were saying, leave her, let her cry. It's normal to cry. It's tears of joy. Like, if you if you know me there in Libya and I told you my story, you know what I went through. They now took us to a place called Lampedusa. That was the first place they took us to in Italy. When we now get there, you know, as refugees, they now share things for us. We spent about a week in Lampedusa. Then they now took us to another place. They now took us to Sicily. Sicily is Italy as well. They now took us to Sicily with ship. That from Lampedusa to Sicily is very far with ship. When we now get to Sicily, we now spent some days in Sicily as well before they now later transfer us to our various places where they want to keep us. Houses. Me then when I got to Italy, I was in Savona, yeah. So from that place, that is where we changed destinations to wherever they are going to. That's how I got to Italy. We be like desert warrior. Where would they come? God. We be like desert warrior. We the warrior and we 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 come warrior and enter Italy. I give thanks to God in all these things that happen, in all this journey. A lot of people suffer all this kind of suffer. They still come to Europe. People will still be deported because of the kind of life they came here to start living. A lot of people after that suffer, they will still lose their life after they get to Italy. Many people normally die if they get to Italy because the strength not there again. So let me say, I will not say I'm full of strength. I will say it's the God grace. It's God grace. All that suffer, after everything, I still get to my destination. I was not injured. My hands was complete. My legs was complete. My 2 eye complete. My 2 ear complete. My nose. Get to this Europe. And even after we get to Europe, it's not as if the life is very, very easy here. Life is not easy here. Life is not easy at all. This is where the struggle continue. Like, struggle continue. That was how I got to Europe. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate you all. And thank you so much for those that shared this my stories videos, for those that share my other videos. I really appreciate you all. The love was just more towards this channel. I love you all, and thank you for hearing my story. So guys, I'll be ending this video, and please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed. I'll see you all in my next video. For now, bye bye.